Me.
Didn't I tell you?
Me, yes. Her,
I
no.
want to hear this
This is-
story.
I couldn't get rid of him.
So it's genetic.
No, well, she was after the war. She got into American zone in Germany. That was American occupied zone, and she was stuck there for a few years. Then someone who was in the camp with her had a relative here, and then they eased up immigration. So if you had a relative here, you come. So they came here, and then they eased up a little more. And then if you can guarantee
That you have a job.
And a place to live, that you could bring them over. So these first people started to bring her over. So she came over. She had no idea about where New Haven was or whatever. She had no place to go. At one point, she was ready to go to Israel. She had no other place, and they were smuggling people to Israel at the time. She came over and.
Because Leon didn't want me. I had to go with Leon, Mary's husband. He was protecting me from everybody.
So with a sister and a husband,
What are you doing there?
I'm
Hey,
holding her hand.
Francesca.
Francesca. See, that's me. So she had come over. Baba had come over to New Haven.
So she came over, and she was with other, some called them refugees, some called
Survivors.
whatever they called them, the greenhorns.
Greenhorns.
No,
They were brutal to us, the
survivors,
American
whatever
women,
they
people.
call them now.
Not the Jews.
So, well, she had nothing. She had absolutely nothing. Clothes on her back. She had to get something to work, and the family services were negligible. Then they couldn't do.
They didn't do much. They didn't have it.
So they
didn't have
the only thing she could get is a job in some kind of a factory, and you didn't last long. Something you couldn't. Well, we went to a factory first.
Yeah.
And
I just got out of the
That's
machines.
before I met her.
I couldn't stand
But
it.
then, because she could speak different languages, they sent a Jewish section. The Jewish section stores Yiddish, English, Russian, Polish, all those Slavic languages, because she could do it. They posted her there, so I didn't know anything about it. My father had a store, and I helped him out a little while ago, and they used to be open on a Thursday night till pretty near almost midnight, and Saturday until one. Those were big shopping days plus Sunday, The shoppers stayed open after, and how did I meet her? It was one Saturday night or one Thursday night. I don't know. It was late. And
You said that a bunch of people sitting
and
looking in the
The store was a little
window.
wide. I said, "What are all those people doing there?" And I looked inside and I heard her voice. I said, "Gee, that's a unique, exotic voice." But I couldn't see her because they had a whole group of people who were
Men.
men. They were at the bakery. They were pinching. I don't know. The boss let them get away with it and all that.
No, gosh, I was
So I
afraid
said,
of them.
I felt I had to see who it was. And I found out she was walking home a number of miles through bad neighborhoods. Well, those neighborhoods
Nobody
aren't as bad
bothered
as
me.
now.
Nobody
I had a
bothered me.
long walk. And I finally said, "Who is taking you home?" That's another night. And she said, and she was walking. So I said, "I'll take you home. I had a car. I'll take you home." And that's how we...
When you first came in, my brother looked you over. Leon was so protective of me. Always me. Nobody could look at me.
And at that time, they, like saying Leon was protective. They were suspicious of the Americans, even Jews, and the Jews. Should I go on?
Yeah.
And the Jews here were suspicious of them. They were different. They were foreigners, and they didn't. And she would tell me, well, I'm never invited to anybody's house who ever heard of a Jewish person. They wouldn't invite the people in. They wouldn't let them into synagogues unless they paid the dues. It was a tough time. for
Not
them.
welcoming.
It was very bad. They were just one woman was with her daughter, and she says, "How come you are alive?" just up there.
So
I looked at her, I said, that's good. And that's something I said, I felt like telling
that's
the
how
human
you
shirt.
I was fascinated
It was
with
stupid.
her. And
So it was her voice that caught your ear first?
First
I
the
couldn't
sound of her
uncheck myself
voice.
from him.
Because I never heard an accent like her. All the European, all the others have a different kind of an accent. Hers was different.
Wow. So then it started with a ride home.
Started around.
An intimidating
You
brother-in-law.
know what? I went right away, after a few months, I went to school in the morning, and then sometimes I went in the evening.
Mhm.
I went to school, I wanted to learn the English, and I picked it up.
Because you wanted to talk with a boy.
So she introduced me to her friends and her people, and I introduced them to mine, and that's how we got started.
And I couldn't uncheck myself. And then all of a sudden somebody came who I knew in Germany, and they moved to New York, the Litvaks, a lot of Litvaks, a handsome guy. And
Uh-oh.
so all of a sudden he comes to New Haven, there's a thing at the door, knock on the door, and there's that guy, handsome, tall, I'm telling you, with a bouquet of flowers. And I say, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm seeing somebody. He didn't give me the flowers, he turned around and took off like, oh, I'll never forget it.
You were already spoken for.
I said, I'm seeing
No.
somebody already. Then I started to laugh. He left. I said, oh my God, he didn't even give me the flowers.
Oh.
Those are Litvaks.
Hmm.